Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to musiciansunite.com. I'm Jamie Lewis, and again, I'm appearing as a guest from labasslicks.com, which is my online bass school. And today we're going to be talking about sponsorships and endorsements and how they work to benefit you, the music professional that you are. Before I get into that, go create a profile for a profile. That sounds like something that's illegal. Go make a profile at musiciansunite.com. You got till May 15th, but go ahead and do it right now. Pause this. I'll be here when you get back. But go make a profile to be entered into a drawing to win a $500 gift card at Musician's Friend. Okay? You want that. So go do it right now. Okay, so sponsorships, endorsements, what they are, how they work. This is not a how-to. This isn't a way for you to get a bunch of free stuff. I'm literally going to explain how they work, or at least how they work for me, and what it is, specifically how it works for musicians and companies who make music gear. Okay, I don't know if this works with Nike and pro NFL players, but this is how it works in the music industry, okay? Before I get into it, I need to state this, that every contract, every person, every circumstance, every agreement, every company, it's circumstantial. It's going to be different, okay? So there's no normal, there's no, oh, this is how it works every time. It's totally different. So, when you start pursuing this, there's going to be a lot of differences, and you just got to be aware of that, okay? Now, one thing I want to say is that a lot of people actually have this backwards. A lot of people have a poor concept of what sponsorship means and what it actually is, okay? It's not free stuff. Well, you know what? I take that back. There might be some people out there who get free stuff. I'm sure there's some mega rock star who could get any guitar shipped to any country, any day of the week, at no cost, okay? But understand, this is not the norm. He's a special circumstance because he's of such a high stature, okay? Your everyday working professional doesn't get that kind of treatment. So again, that's not normal. And this isn't typically not a huge discount either. To be honest, you'll probably end up spending more money simply because if you are getting a discount, remember that's not guaranteed at all, but if you are getting a discount, you might buy more from this company since you're not paying full value for it. So, I mean, to be honest, you could end up spending more money with this artist deal that we're talking about. So it's not that stuff. What it is it's a business partnership between you and another company. It's sort of like a you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back kind of deal. All right. And it's not like getting a job. It's not me hiring you to do something, you hiring me to do something. But check this out. This is huge. It is basically aligning our businesses, okay, for the sake of, or for the benefit of association. I'm going to say that again. It's aligning our businesses so that we benefit from the association of each other. Okay, and I'll stop right there because, to be honest, I could just end this video right now. If you understand what that sentence means, then you know everything else that I'm about to say. Our businesses. It's not me, the business, the company, the manufacturer of musical equipment, aligning my business with some musician. It's me aligning my business with this other person's business. Okay, so if you're not in the business of music, don't expect anyone to hand you anything. Don't expect anyone to work up some deal just because they like you. Again, they're all different, so maybe you will get one just because they like you, but it has to look profitable from a business standpoint for me to want to associate with you. Is this person working? Is he or she, do they have music on iTunes? Do they have a YouTube channel with a bunch of views on it? Are they working? Are they making themselves a living in music? Because if they are, I want to be associated with that person. I want to be associated with any business that is doing well, So with saying that, okay, let's talk a little bit about why we need sponsorship and why companies need artists, okay? Because if you understand that, then this whole thing kind of works together. So why would a pro need a sponsor? And what's a pro? A pro is not a shredder, the greatest guitar player in the world. Actually has nothing to do with how good you actually are at music. Has everything to do with, are you working? A pro is a professional, someone who does their job for a living. So if you work at a bank, you're a pro banker. If you are a contractor, you're a pro builder of things. Profession. It just means what are you good at or what do you do for a living? chances are it means you're good at it, but it does not mean you're the best. So why does a pro need a sponsor? Why do you need sponsors? Well, it does two things primarily that are beneficial for you. One is it gives you exposure in places that you didn't have it before. These companies take out magazine ads. They post banners on forums. They have their own social media marketing group, their Facebooks, their Twitters, their Instagrams, whatever, and they need content. They need stuff to post, and they need people to, hey, look at this guy, he plays our stuff. I mean, they need that. I'll talk about that in a second. So, by you offering your face and your likeness and your videos and stuff for them to use to promote, that works really well for you. It kind of introduces you to a whole market you had no access to previously. So that's really big. The next one is pretty much financial. And if you are receiving some sort of discount, you're basically getting a little help with the cost of business. You don't want to know how much money I spend every month in guitar strings and cables and straps, mic cables, speaker cables. I'm working full time, and just from getting used, things break down after the millionth time that I plugged them in and pulled them out, plugged them in and pulled them out. Strings go dead. I need to put new ones on. It's absurd. If I was paying full market price for those things, I would not be able to pay my mortgage. I would spend all my money just doing my business. It's kind of the equivalent of like at Home Depot. If you're a contractor, you flash that little badge, you get a little, shave off of your lumber, and maybe you get to go in this line and you get to load out in this section. It's just they help you do your business. So this can be financially beneficial for the cost of business. So that makes sense. That's why you need the help of a company to sponsor you. Why does a company need you then? Well, this is huge. They need you. Okay. Why do they need you? Well, number one is legitimacy and reputation. Again, the association of our businesses together makes us both look better. So if this guitar player is not only a great player, but he's got a bunch of hits on YouTube, and he's got a bunch of records that are selling on iTunes, chances are this company wants to be, hey, look, he uses our guitar amps. He plays our strings. He does, whatever it is. They want other people to see that, which brings us to, basically the influence and targeting of an audience. This is another thing that they need you for. Let me say this. I believe it's Rotosound and SIT or SIT. I mean, to be honest, I'm really not sure. I don't use either of those companies. But I look at their artist roster, and I see mostly rockers. Metal and guys like Billy Sheehan and some of the dudes from Guns N' Roses, and like that's kind of who's on their list. So that kind of helps them target it on someone who, well, I like Geddy Lee, I like rock music, I should use those strings because that's what all the real rockers use. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know that to be true. I'm basing this purely on speculation for those two companies, but it kind of helps a company hone in on a specific market. And then the last one is most obvious, for sales, because chances are you never bought anything, or I know I never bought anything because the guy at Guitar Center said, hey, this is good. And I went, oh, okay. I was flipping through a magazine. I saw my favorite bass player and he was using that pedal. I own that pedal now. He was playing those amplifiers. I went and bought those amps. Or I read, this guy said, hey, I use these all the time in the studio. So I went out and I bought that studio equipment because obviously this guy, he works a lot. He knows what's up. You bought things because someone you respect used it and you went, I want to sound like him. It's a psychological thing. It's all business marketing and whatnot. So that's why companies need you. So first of all, let me do not include my name in any correspondence with any company that you talk to. Don't say, hey, Jamie said this, so you should leave me out of this. But that's how it works. So how do you know if you're ready? How do you know if you're ready to jump into this whole sponsorship thing? Okay, well, let me start by saying this, okay? Are you working? Because if you're not, nobody wants you. I said that before, and I don't mean that to offend you, but why would I associate my business with someone who I don't know, which means I don't trust. I don't know if they're qualified. I don't know if they've got what it takes. I don't know if they've got the commitment. I mean, that's just too many ifs, So if this guy is not working, I don't want the association. But you've seen some of my other videos, and I have plenty more out there on how to become a working player or a working songwriter or engineer, mixing engineer. I mean, there's so many different ways where a company might want to associate their name and likeness with yours. So it's not just in playing. So are you working? Doesn't mean you're the best. Just, are you doing this for a living? Do you know the company? Do you know the people that work there? This is huge because, again, I don't help someone out who I have no idea who they are. Someone emails me and says, hey, can you give me this for free? No. Who are you? Me if my best friend said that, but it's like, you got to know these people, and it's easy. An email, a handshake at a trade show. It's really easy to get to know someone. Do you have, a social media platform with Twitter and Facebook and YouTube? It's really easy for some. A website, super huge. You have a website, a Facebook fan page. It's really easy for some. For an artist relations guy to kind of get to know you via the internet, and for you to get to know them as well. So that's super important. Do you know these guys? The next one, do you use their stuff already? Don't go after a company that you think you need to be a part of because someone else is. If you've never used their stuff, if you don't own any of their stuff, if you're not a big fan, don't do it. Okay, because chances are you're going to be upset because you're going to get it and you're not going to like it, or you're going to get trapped with a company that you don't like, which kind of brings me to my next thing. Do you believe in this company? Okay, and I mean this on multiple platforms, not just the quality of their products, but the way that they do business. This is huge for me. I would not support any company who I don't believe is doing ethical business. I don't care if you make the best products. I'm not going to use them if I think your company sucks. A company who fires 500 of their American employees and closes down all their plants and then heads to Indonesia and hires someone a penny a day to make the same product. I don't think that's right. I'm not going to support that. I want, a company that's doing good, ethical business. And I take this in everything. Like, I won't eat at a fast food restaurant if I know that their CEO shaves pennies off of the paycheck so he can take an extended vacation. You know what I mean? It says, I'm not going to support a business I don't like. And that's going to come back and bite you if you sign with a company that is doing unethical business, and now you have that association of their ethics, right? So if this company's putting out bad products, that makes you look bad now. So do you like the company? Do you believe in what they're doing? Those are the most important things that you need to consider. Okay. So anyways, that's sponsorships and endorsements. And, next time we've got plenty more videos coming in. So tune in. We'll see you next time. All right.